Hey there. Come on in and get comfortable. I'm so glad you're here. You can't see my excitement, but I'm excited. I'm really excited. I had plans to have an episode with someone else. Recording didn't happen, and that's okay because life be lifing. Everybody has a lot on their plate. So when things change, we adjust as necessary. How are you? I hope that you are well. I hope that you are being good to yourself. And if you're thinking like, no, I ain't been doing that, we gonna change that. I'm assuming you saw the episode. Title for the day before you press play. This episode is going to be different. I got a lot going on, and you probably have a lot going on. I felt the need to do a check-in episode. I'm gonna let you be a little nosy and get up into my stuff a little bit. But then I wanted to help you check in with yourself, do some grounding, because sometimes just do that accountability within, especially if you don't have anybody to help hold you accountable. Remind yourself that you are that chick and that you're doing a good job. I know I try to tell you every episode that you're doing a good job before I sign off, but I wanted to make sure that you had the tools, the questions, and the setup to be able to ask yourself so that you can check yourself and realize in real time that, yeah, you are doing a good job. I had to do it to myself the other day. Iris Nicole Patterson from Chicago Integrated Health in Medicine posted something on Facebook saying, have you taken the moment to take it all in and reflect on all you've accomplished? And I had not done that at all. And it was needed. So this episode is partially inspired by Iris, partially inspired by life, and the fact that even though I'm overwhelmed and I have a lot on my plate, I look forward to coming to this space, pressing record, because the feedback, the text messages, the DMs, they let me know that I'm helping somebody else. And so if I can help one person by sitting down and sharing my thoughts and the things that interest or help me, then I'm living into my purpose. And I know what the Lord has put on my heart for me to do. So I hope that this helps somebody else. This episode is also going to be non-edited, so you going to get what I'm giving and I'm going to upload it because that's the type of week I'm having. There's going to be some mistakes. Give me the grace up front and know that I still showed up. I'm still here and I'm here for you. I need you to get a little bit better while I try to do the same. All right, this episode is fueled by my god sister makes a pineapple sage candle and it smells amazing. So she has a candle business, Love Wick Candle, which I hope she gets back to. This is how you overtly put it out there in the atmosphere. They smell so good. So today's tea I bought a whole pineapple. I've been seeing the things online where people say, after you peel it and cut it, you're supposed to keep the skin and boil it. So I boiled the pineapple skin. I had some peaches, pears, apples, and oranges. I put a couple of those in the pot too. So I boiled, let it sit, let it cool, then I reboiled it. So that's what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a pineapple tea with some sage in it. I try to live a little bit better and make better decisions one thing at a time. I shop in the international aisle at the grocery store, and I go to international grocery stores because the seasoning and the ingredients aren't processed and don't have those added fillers and chemicals that they put in the US. Those things are better for my body. I'm slowly doing better. I get my salt, sugar, those things from the international store or the international aisle at the grocery store. And I read the labels. I am doing so much more reading labels. I encourage you all to try that. Do small things, like they make a big difference if you just slowly incorporate little things into your life. I encourage you to Try the salt and the seasoning and the sugars from other countries. Did you know that they actually have minerals and vitamins in it? Ours don't. When you get that Celtic salt, the sea salt, Mediterranean salt, sugar that isn't over processed and all that stuff, it's amazing what you learn when you start paying attention to little things and you make choices that are better for your life. The older I get, the more things hurt. The struggle is really real. If you follow me on TikTok at the Kendall K, so TheeKendallk, you'll see my videos where I'm outside trying to be Gloria the gardener and Barbara the builder. Baby, it's rough. It is rough. The aches and pains. I have a back brace on now. I was outside yesterday in my rain boots that come to my knees, my $9.99 chicken fried Walmart dress, and my back brace on over the dress. Then here come the neighbors having a whole cookout. Lord Jesus. And they just waving and I'm waving. It was a mess. Anyway, I showed up because I had to water all my fruit trees. I had to water all my vegetables. We getting it together. I said all that. See, this unedited. Now you get to hear the ADHD kick in and the rabbit holes. It's okay. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere with this. The older I get, I'm noticing I have to make better choices because I feel what I take in. If I eat the wrong things, I feel tired. If I'm not drinking my water, I can tell I'm dehydrated. If I eat crap, I feel like crap. It's so interesting. But I got sage from the international store. That is where I was going with this. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. So it's pineapple tea that I twice boiled and sage from the Mediterranean store. That's what today's episode is powered by. So pineapple tea and sage. The Prince of Peace makes ginger honey crystals. That is what is giving this just a little bit of sweetness. Okay. Back to this opening script that I never read. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Kendall, and this is I'm Overwhelmed. Now what? Plus ADHD live with no editing. Welcome to the ride, people. This podcast is intentionally curated for women who fearlessly take care of everyone else while neglecting themselves, most likely. In this space, we talk about the real struggles of juggling it all, carrying the load, and still trying to make sense of where we fit in our own story. Here, we create space for honest conversations, practical advice, and a little bit of laughter along the way. The laughter might be dry, because I'm a dry humor person, but just stay with me. You'll be okay. We teach pouring into each other, and we teach pouring into others from your overflow. You need to fill up your cup because you need everything in that for yourself. So over here, we teach pouring into each other's from your overflow while advocating for staying hydrated and moisturized. I was watching a reel, I want to say last week, from Mama Cookie. She does a lot of those cooking videos. She's on TikTok and Facebook. But she said something that I felt was worth repeating when she was doing a Get Ready With Me or a Day in the Life. I forget what they call it. But she was saying, regardless, I'm getting it wrong, but it was more along the lines of regardless of your mental, don't forget your dental. And that is so freaking important, especially for this audience. We're doing all the things for everybody. Things pop up. We can't control it. And a lot of times we neglect ourselves. That is why I'm a huge advocate for staying hydrated and moisturized, because sometimes we let the basic necessities go. And when you look at mental health, people's dental, their hair, their body, your routine for self-care, usually self is the last one in line when the world demands so much of us. So don't forget your dental. Make sure y'all brushing twice a day. Do your flossing. Go get your cleanings. It is important to take care of your teeth. All right. So we're going to stay moisturized, hydrated, and brush your teeth twice a day. Not once. We got to do it twice. back to this episode. Y'all in for it, because usually I have an outline with most of what I want to say, and I plan this out so you don't get the neurodivergent that's non-medicated. Today, y'all just got me. Okay. So to help me stay on track, I am going to time myself for different little segments and parts. Most of it is off the cuff, so I'm going to try to time myself to keep it together. All right, so pray my strength, Lord. I ask that you come on in the room, do what you do as only you can. Decrease me, increase thee, so that these people get what they need up out of here. It's me and you, Lord. Use me in your will and your way. Amen. All right. Okay, the Lord done brought me a mighty long way, but staying focused is one of them things where he's still working on me. Yep. We checking in today. Let's see. I'll go first. It's a lot. I'm a mom of 3, and 2 of them are over the age of 18. One's 23 and one will be 20 in a few weeks. This whole parenting adult kids, my therapist says that I have to be more of a coach so that I don't run them away or make them not want to come to me. And she grounded me real quick and reminded me of who I was and what was I doing at their age. That sat my ass down and shut me up real fast. I'm a teen parent, so I had my daughter at 16, my son at 21, and I got divorced not too long after him. It's interesting. We listen and we don't judge. Let's throw that in there. We live, right? This whole parenting them is a bit much. It's trying to teach financial responsibility when you just now really becoming financially responsible yourself is very interesting. I did think I knew it all. I don't have that relationship with my mom. So me trying to be there for my kids while they doing dumb stuff. Oh, Jesus. But you know what? They living. And I pray. And I pray. I'm starting to pause and make sure that I speak life into them and try to slowly coach them, but also tell my village or others to help course correct, because you know what somebody else tell you. You hear it, but you don't hear it when your parents tell you. Oh gosh, it is so Keep me lifted in prayer. And my 11-year-old, because I got remarried, that's where that age gap comes in, is on the autism spectrum, and life is black and white to him. So while I tell him to, we got to do better, because I was raised as you do as I say, that don't fly with him. If I say it, he expects me to walk the walk and talk the talk. Every day, there's something that I'm not doing that I said, or it's always something I'm explaining myself and I just wasn't raised that way. So it's always a challenge for somebody to check you and remind you to do right, live right, and to hold you accountable. It's very interesting when it's your own child. I think that's a daily struggle for me. I'm outside being Gloria the gardener and Barbara the builder, and it is absolutely not going like I planned. Every time I look up, it's something else that costs money that I did not plan for. When I decided to go from being a bucket gardener to putting a garden in the ground, I bought and returned 2 tillers. I paid for a commercial one and rented it for 4 hours this weekend. I didn't get half done what I thought I was going to get done. So it's an adventure. But it's keeping me on my toes and I'm enjoying it. My dad's been hospitalized for 6 months now. He's been on the ventilator for almost 2 months. And this progress isn't what I hope or prayed. I'm actually praying that God's will be done. That's where I'm at with it. And in that, you get the looking at just in case and he's at a facility where they want a bank statement because if he's there a few months and insurance stop paying, they gonna take all his money. So here I am trying to pre-plan and take the money he does have in his account and go pay for, funeral expenses up front. He really doesn't want a service or care, but I have siblings that think there should be one. My daddy ain't been to nobody's funeral, wedding, birthday, or nothing. I have to tell him when something's happening and he gonna send a pan of chicken. I am not for do what's always been done because it don't make sense. Average funeral costs are $12,000-$14,000. He ain't left nobody nothing but a house that he's given my daughter because she's his favorite. I used to be. Then came her and she done stole my space. So it's really interesting when everybody has opinions on top of a job I'm no longer happy in, trying to be an entrepreneur and not knowing what you don't know and being neurodivergent and you get overwhelmed when there's so much to do, right? And then living, trying to get my steps in, close my rings on my Apple Watch, all the things, being a friend, being the person that's responsible for things or for people in my family, and trying to make connections and network and be a content creator. Oh my God, it's a lot. There's a lot. And trying to take all my vitamins and remember to take the multivitamin, the vitamin D, the iron pill, drink all the water. I can't even find my water cup. I think I left it outside by the garden. So there's a lot going on. And then I'm here. I'm also writing a book. I'm working on my doctorate. So when I tell you all I get it and I'm overwhelmed, this is what qualifies me to sit here and do so. But I'm here and I'm showing up. And I needed to stop, pause, and realize that coming here is helping somebody else. So that makes me feel good. Showing up for my kids and ensuring that I'm pouring into them and telling them that they are beautifully and wonderfully made and that they are strong, and giving wisdom while motivating them lets me know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Being there for people and having makes me feel good. And I've been able to do that lately. And that feels good to me. I'm making it and knowing that I'm working on things that are going to help others. That tells me I'm living into my calling and my purpose and I'm operating within my ministry. And that lets me know that I'm doing well. When I look back over the last 6 months, I've published a book, I've started a podcast, I've pitched a startup. I've done some things, I've made some new connections, I've recommitted to my health, I'm saving money, I'm doing things different. And so when I stop and think about it, I have done well. I've done some things, I've accomplished some things. I lost some weight. I found some of that weight again. Well, I should say the weight found me again. So now I'm back trying to duck and dodge and play hide and seek with about 10 pounds. But we gonna get rid of it. I'm trying to bury the weight this time. Like I went and paid for that plot in advance for my daddy. I'm trying to go on and bury that weight over there so it can't come back. Because I'm so damn tired of this weight finding no matter how. And I can't run that much. But it keep finding me. So I have got to do better at my ditching and dodging this weight and bury it once and for all. Okay. You see how that check-in was way longer than it needed to be? I didn't press my stopwatch. God dog it. All right, let's get to it. Enough about me. I'm overwhelmed. But I know I'm doing things. And that keeps me going. I also realized there's some things I needed to stop doing. I'm spending way too much time scrolling social media. And so I'm going to stop that. I already don't watch TV, but I need to stay off social media as much, just random scrolling. Thanks to my phone data, I was on my phone for 6 hours last week. Do you know what I could have did with that 6 hours? Oh. So I'm going to do better this week and be more intentional. That was something that I took away. Less mindless scrolling and being more intentional with my time. That is something I'm going to do. All right. So if you're listening and I hope if I got you down with my plate that's overflowing, I hope I got you a little back up by saying there was some grace and there was some good within all of that. And that's what keeps me going. I want to help you pause and find those moments for you, and even that intention of figuring out where are some things that you need to stop and let go of. Hold on, let me drink this. Okay. I did not. I put my tea in my best mom ever mug that my kids got me. I think the oldest one bought this. But it's not insulated, so my doggone tea is cold. But we're not going to let that go to waste. I hope you're hydrating along with me. If you're not, pause this and get you some water or something, because we're supposed to be hydrating together. We in this together. You are not alone. We're going to drink together, okay? All right. So, my life is a lot, and I know you got a lot going on. If you're running on fumes, juggling roles, responsibilities, expectations, some that are yours and some you were voluntold with or given without your permission, I want to give you something that as women we rarely give ourselves. I want to give you permission to pause, reflect, and ask yourself, am I okay? Like I said, this episode, it's different. It's not about pushing through. It's not about productivity hacks. This is meant to be a check-in for your mind, your spirit, and your heart. So wherever you are, driving, walking, sitting at a desk, laying in the bed, being still, whatever it is you're doing, let's get started. But walking ain't a bad idea. Well, I don't know if it's a nice day where you are, but it's a nice day here. It may be a good idea if you can, and if you're able-bodied and can do so. Get some steps in while you're listening to this. As summer's coming, listen to podcasts, listen to music, listen to things while you're walking. We gotta keep moving. As I look at my dad laying in his bed, and I'm just like, it makes me more grateful to wake up in my right mind, able-bodied, with all the activities of my limbs. It makes me even more grateful daily that I can do that. So let's use it while we can. Exercise, move around. All right, but let's begin. First thing is grounding. Grounding yourself in the now. You know I'm huge on breathing, so let's do a breath together if you can and if you want. Close your eyes if you're able to. If not, if you can be still, great. Don't be over here driving closing your eyes. We ain't risking life. Just focus. Unclench your jaw and drop your shoulders. Take a deep inhale through your nose and hold it. Now exhale slowly through your mouth. And we're going to do that one more time. Let's inhale through your nose. Hold it for a couple seconds and exhale slowly through your mouth. Trying to do that with like a random cold is very interesting. Okay. Feel free to do that throughout your day as needed. Sometimes just taking those breaths means something. It can help you reground yourself, get out of your mind or get out of your head. That breathing is a game changer. All right, I want to do a grounding technique that I've learned in a few spaces and places. A 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First thing that I just went in my mind to Sierra to level up, I was just like 5, 4, 3. Okay, you get where I'm going with this. Level up, level up. Okay. This is why I gotta focus. Hold on. Okay. TN. Yeah. Release that breath. 5 things you can see. 4 things you can physically touch. 3 things you can hear. 2 things you can smell. And 1 thing you can taste. In this moment, I can see my dogs, my computer, my hands, trees, the neighbor's house, and 1 earbud that I can't find the other. 4 things I can touch: my knees that are very much moisturized. It feels real nice too. Hold on. Okay. I went on and touched my leg. Do that count? Because that's 2 different body parts. I don't know. My mouse, and I can touch my desk. 3 things I can hear. It's summer break. I hear my son in the basement laughing at something. I'm assuming on his iPad. I can hear the birds chirping. And I can hear the air conditioning. 2 things I can smell is the sage in my tea. And my dog has gas and she is killing me because she is way too close. And it is just horrendous. 1 thing I can taste is the fruit that I boiled in my tea. I have found that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique to really help take my mind out of if I'm stuck or overwhelmed, and just, it helps settle me. It can help people, anxiety moments. So I hope that's something that you can see yourself doing. I've done it in the car when there's just a lot going on and I need to pull over in a parking lot, or maybe I just get in the car. I've gotten in my car just to get out of my house sometimes. So 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. And then you know that you are here, you are present, and you made it to that moment, this moment. And that means something. I hope that helps you. And maybe you can help somebody else when they need it. All right. Hydrate. Then we're on to the next part. All right, this next part, I'm going to use the timer so I stay focused here. Self-check-in. Am I okay? That is what I promised you, so we're going to deliver. Let me go back to this outline. All right, girl, what you supposed to be saying? Where you going? All right. I should have cleaned my glasses before this episode, because the Lord knows I see the streaks and the sun is shining, but I did not clean my glasses. And I am of the I can't see well. There we go. Ooh, whole new world. Look at God. Ain't he good? Maybe when you clean your glasses and you can see for real, there is a God. And then you are grateful for sight in that moment. Okay, where we at? Let's ask questions we often avoid. For this section, you can journal, you can write it down. Use the note app in your phone. I am a huge note app in your phone advocate for if you just want to get stuff done. But I love paper. I like putting pen to paper, writing things down, even though I'm left-handed. There's power in writing. I think I've said that on multiple episodes by now. Research back, all that good stuff. So for this, write it down. You can feel your way through it too if that's not your ministry. Do you, boo. All right. Emotional part of your self-check-in. What emotion is sitting with me most today? Is it gratitude, sadness, exhaustion, resentment, happiness, peace. What emotion is rising up for you the most today? Write that down. Next question. Have I allowed myself to feel that emotion, or have I been suppressing it just to get through the day? That one had me set myself down and really think when I first started working on this. Okay, there are 3 questions in this that are more physical. When did I last eat something nourishing for my mind and my body? Not when the last time you ate the ice cream or the Snickers bar or drank the milkshake or got that Starbucks order with 19 ingredients and half of them is sugar. Not that don't count. When did you eat something that was actually nourishing? It was good for you. It might have been good to you in the moment, but that ain't what we're talking about. Next question. Have I rested, stretched, and or moved in a way that feels good to my body? You know, earlier I was talking about how the older we get, we gotta keep moving. Resting, stretching, and moving, I feel like are no longer optional. I feel like over 35, even after you turn 30, your metabolism starts slowing down and you start noticing the changes. Like, it ain't the change menopause, but if you're a woman, it's that perimenopause that's kicking your ass. And the fact that you can't, and the fact that your hormones start changing at 30. I feel like they didn't tell us enough about it, or maybe we just weren't, I don't know. But there's not enough done, said, or preparedness for getting older. It's very ghetto, very 2 stars, and I do not recommend. But since we're here, have you rested, stretched, or moved in a way that feels good to the body? That's the question. Where am I carrying stress? Is it your neck, your back, your stomach? Where are you carrying stress? Take a second, name it, place your hand there, breathe into that space. As for me in my house, well, my body, it's all in my neck and shoulders. It's not in my back at the moment, but it's gonna get there later if I don't go on and take that leave with it. I have developed this 40 starter kit that contains a back brace, a leave, some water, a blanket, and an ice pack. It's very interesting. Okay, stay focused, child. Where are we at? All right, where are you carrying your stress? Did you name it? Did you breathe into that space and place your hand on it? Do the breaths. Do the breaths. Okay. So we did emotional, physical, and now there's the mental load. You ready for this? All right, here we go. This gonna get you. What am I carrying that isn't mine to hold? Y'all need a minute because I'm gonna sip the tea and let you think about that one for a second. Next question. Whose approval am I chasing? I invite you to pause if you need a second to think about these things. You can even rewind and go back and pause. But think on these. Last question. What can I say no to this week and still be enough? Again, all those questions, pause, rewind, write them down. Sit with it. Sit with it. Check in with yourself. Sit with it and see what your answers are. That's why I encourage you to write it down or use the note section in your phone, because you need to see what your answers are. All these questions will also be in the podcast description for the episode. So if you need to just read them again, you can definitely look in the description for the episode. It'll be on all the platforms. Some people like getting them from YouTube, but it's there I'll make sure to put it in the description space, no matter the platform. And they'll also be on the Facebook page for my nonprofit, for which this podcast comes from. We Can See You. It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization created to support women who serve by caring for others. Because we do a lot. And we need all the support and encouragement and empowerment that's out there. So I look forward to serving, helping, encouraging, and helping women smile. Sometimes I just post reels and share information, quotes and facts, or events and things that I see going on that I hope that help someone else. So check out the Facebook page as well as read the description for these questions. I'll make sure to put them there. Okay, I want to keep going because I'm looking at the time and there's a couple more things I want to get through. Next part, reflecting and realigning. We're going to do some reflecting together. You don't have to write this part down. Just be present. That's more than enough. Mentally think about this. And if you are one that writes down things, it's a good thing to do this part. I just take back what I said. Write this down because I want you to start doing this. Develop this habit because it helped me. Write down 3 things you've done in the past week, big or small. Because sometimes when you get overwhelmed, or if you go into depression, or if you slip into self-doubt and negative mode in your mind, I want you to keep a note on your phone and title it Things I Accomplished This Week. And as you go through your day, just write it down. Sometimes, big or small, it don't matter. Did you cook dinner? Did you eat vegetables? Did you opt for something? Did you make your bed? I can't think of it, but it's a Army veteran that put out a book and he says the best way you can start your day, knowing that you accomplished something, is by making your bed, and that's an accomplishment. And it's huge because sometimes, some days for some people, that may be the only thing that they did, but you did something. So write down, try to do 1 a day at least, but at least once a week. 3 things you've done, big or small. Did you make that appointment? Did you finally book that doctor's appointment or your dentist appointment? If you don't know where to, ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com. You can book all kind of healthcare professionals on there, and that you put in your insurance and it'll tell you who's available, virtual or in person. It's a great place. So, did you make an appointment? Did you not cuss somebody or when you really wanted to? Did you hold your tongue? That, my dear friend, is an accomplishment. So count it. Count it. What did you do this week? Write that down. Create that habit. That's a good one. It's a really good one. Now, once you write it down, I need you to go back and do this. Next to it, write that mattered, or I did that. That's cute, ain't it? You know why? Because it does matter, and you did do it. Acknowledge it. We're going to own what we accomplished, and we're going to celebrate it. I'm celebrating that I still have the pen that I stole from the store. Well, you know how they put the good pens out and you're supposed to use them to sign and write. So I'm celebrating I ain't lost that pen and I done had it a whole 2 weeks. Baby, it's a good pen. And my handwriting is bad. So I be needing good pens because it makes my handwriting a little better. I might be telling myself that, but it's true. It's true. So I'm celebrating that. I ain't lost my good pen. My new good pen. It's still here. And we gonna rejoice and be glad in it. Amen? All right. Now, back to these questions. What's one thing I'm doing out of obligation, but not alignment? And this is why I tell you to pause, because you need to think about that. Go ahead and press the pause button. What are you doing out of obligation? But it ain't aligned with what you want to do or what you have to do, but you're doing it any damn way. What's that? Okay. I hope you paused and thought about it. Maybe you knew off the top of your head. So here's the other part. What would it feel like to stop or step back from it? Let that marinate in your spirit real quick. I want you to think about that. Can you just stop? Can you delegate what that is to somebody else? Can you give that back to the sender or whoever? Can that be returned? Like your Amazon purchase? Think about that. Can you stop doing it? Because it don't serve you and it's not in alignment with what you have going on or that's meant for your life. Okay, come on. Y'all ready for the next one? Feel free to pause, go back, sit in it. Do that for any of this. Feel free to do what's best for you. Okay? All right. What brings you joy that you've been putting off? For me, it's the nap. I didn't get the nap that I normally get yesterday. And I'm not going to put that off because naps bring me joy. It's a recharge. And I am happy. Naps is a whole ministry. Baby, if y'all ain't found the nap ministry yet online, you are missing out. Go find the nap ministry. Let me do that for you. You welcome. I'm just going to tell you that now. Naps should be a part of all of our ministries. Okay. A person, a place, a playlist, a creative outlet. Reflect and realign on those things. Who's good for you? Where is good for you? What's a good playlist? And what's a creative outlet? What are some of those things for you? What does it look like? Who does it look like? Where does it look like? And if you don't have a playlist, there are people on Facebook. There are groups like on Facebook and on whatever music subscription you have. People create playlists for different things, so you don't even have to start from scratch. You can start from something that already exists. You can search it out, find a playlist that speaks to your mood or that'll get you where you need to be, motivate you, let you align with the Lord, get you in the cleaning mode, help you go to sleep. Like I love ocean waves to go to sleep. That is definitely, or the rain noise. Baby, I can sleep with the rain. When I tell you, I get some good sleep in rain. Find what works for you. And where's your creative outlet? For me, it's the library. When I tell you the library is like the stuff, I get so much done at the library. It's crazy. So find out what those things are for you. A person, a place, a playlist, a creative outlet. And then I want you to do this last part. Write down one thing you'll do in the next 24 hours just for you, not for nobody else. You ain't taking them doggone kids. You ain't taking that man or that woman. You ain't taking nobody with you, not even a dog. Just for you, with no guilt attached. What's that one thing you're going to do or go? What is one thing? Write it down, then say it out loud. It's something about writing it and saying it. Put that out in the atmosphere. You got to do it in the next 24 hours, though. We ain't talking about book that trip that you're going to take in 2 years. We talk 24 hours. What is one thing you'll do for you guilt-free? I'm intentionally leaving space for you to pause and figure this out. because sometimes all you have is the moment, and if you put it off for later, you won't do it. So if you need to hit the little 10-second ahead button or something, do that, and that's fine. But I want you all to do this because it's important to check in with yourself. Affirmations and when to stop. Let's do these. Repeat these out loud or say them in your head. I am allowed to rest. I don't need to prove anything today. My worth is not my output. I am doing the best I can. Last one. I am worthy of care, even from myself. I hope you'll run those back. Say those in the mirror to yourself. Write them on Post-its and stick them around where you need to. Say it till you mean it. And say it from your chest. Stand in the Superman pose in your mirror with your hands on your hips, feet shoulder width apart, and say it like you mean it. Because you deserve it. All right, so along with this check-in, we need to know, how do you know when it's time to stop? You might need to stop if you're snapping at people, but you don't mean to. You're forgetting basic things like meals or resting. You're feeling resentful, depleted, or invisible. Those are all signs where it may be time to stop forcing and start feeling. But I also want you to know that stopping doesn't mean quitting. Sometimes saying no or stopping or pausing, it means you're choosing yourself. And it means you're making space for alignment over achievement. That's important. You always want to be in alignment with your purpose, with your goals, with your mission. Because if you're not in alignment, we're just doing stuff. You're doing busy work, but what did you accomplish for you? Sometimes we get so lost in the sauce and doing everything for everybody else, and then you look and you haven't done the things you need to do for you. But the one thing we can't get back is time. We can't get our time back. And the one thing we know in life, the only thing that's promised is change. And that life is going to move on. And so we have to change because change is the only constant. And we can't get back our time. So make sure you're moving forward in alignment and you're reflecting and checking in and doing the things that you need to do for you. Okay, so I always try to leave you with some action steps. Here's a couple things, some small shifts. I've given you a lot to do. This whole episode was a check-in and action steps. Check in with yourself every Friday or Sunday. Use those questions. Find one thing to say no to this week. Usually, look for something that you say yes to out of guilt if you're not sure on what to say no to. Give yourself credit for showing up. Showing up counts. Okay, before I get out of here, here's my normal reminders. You don't have to do it all. You are not meant to carry the load alone. You deserve space. You deserve peace. You deserve to be happy. And self-care is not selfish, it's mandatory. If this episode helped you, please share it with somebody else. Share it with another woman who gives everything to everyone, but forgets to give to herself. Tag me, find me, message me. Let me know you checked in. Let me know that you chose you. And then I'll let you know I'm proud of you. So keep going. And remember, we may be overwhelmed, but we not gonna stay that way. All right? You're doing a good job. Keep going. I'll see you on the next episode.